Hi, my name is Tim Harper, and I work with Lead Media Partners, and this is a screencast about Bash. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite tricks that I've picked up over the years, so hang on, and I hope you enjoy the ride. During the duration of this screencast, you'll be able to see any key combination that I press right here in the corner of the screen where my mouse is. So, for example, if I press Ctrl Y, you'll see the Control caret, that's the Mac representation of the Control key, appear in the corner of the screen with a Y. If I press Option Delete, that's the Option Mac style symbol. Push it a couple of times. You see it? It's right there. I think we're good with that. One other important note. Oftentimes I'm going to be referencing the meta key. Now, you're not going to find a meta key on your keyboard unless if you're using this keyboard right here. This is what the Unix gurus used to use, and thank goodness keyboards don't look like this anymore. This does not appeal to me, and it's definitely not ergonomic. On the Mac, you'll just use Option, and on the PC, just use Alternate. One caveat. On the Mac, Option actually isn't going to act as meta by default. You need to go into your preferences, go to the keyboard tab, and enable Use Option as meta key. Now that that's out of the way, let's move on to more exciting things. Bash uses by default the Emacs key bindings. Say you have a command, echo hello child. If you would like to go back a word, hold down meta, remember that's alternate or option, and press B. Meta B, meta B. To go forward, hold down meta and press F. There you go, back and forth words. To go to the beginning of the line, Control A. To go to the end, Control E. And for giggles, you can go back and forward by holding down Control B and F.
To get your cursor where you want it to go even faster, you can jump directly to the next occurrence of a letter. So, if I press Control right bracket, which is the key to jump to a letter, and then the letter I wish to jump to, like J, you'll see my cursor jumped directly to J. This goes in reverse as well. If I press Control meta bracket, and then say the letter D, it will jump back to the letter D. If you happen to be quick with counting, you can get your cursor to any position in the line by pressing as little as 3 keystrokes. For example, if I wanted to go to the 5th space in this sentence, I could first start off by pressing meta 5, which puts it into argument mode. This will cause readline to pass as an argument to the next command I invoke, the number 5. Effectively, this will cause it to repeat that command 5 times. So now, the command, Control right bracket, space, jump to the next space. But since it repeated it 5 times, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It jumped me to this position instead of the next space.
Sometimes when I type fast, the keys come out of order. Transpose comes to the rescue in these cases. Say I type vim hosts, and obviously the space is out of order. To fix this, I press meta B and Control T. Transpose. It pulls the space forward. My command is fixed. Bash makes it extremely easy to cut and paste text without having to use your mouse. Anytime you issue a kill text command, it will be saved onto what is called the kill ring, which you can later recall using Control Y. For example, given this text, if I press Control W, which is effectively kill the previous argument, it will save that onto the kill ring. And if I press Control Y, it recalls it. Now if I press Control W in succession without any movement keys in between, it will save both of those words onto the kill ring as one entry. For example, if I press Control A and Control Y, you'll see that I got both of the words in one entry. Now, to demonstrate then about the movement keys, let's say I do Control W 3 times, and then I press left, right, and then I press Control W twice again. Now, if I press Control Y, you'll see I get the 2 words that I deleted after I pressed the movement keys. If I want the text that I deleted before that, pressing Control Y again gives me here's some. That's not what I want, so I'm going to press meta Y to cycle through the kill ring, and you'll see here's some text to cut. So Control Y pastes the text from the kill ring or yanks it from the kill ring and puts it into the edit line buffer, and meta_y will cycle through all of the historical items that you've placed into the kill ring by killing text. Simple enough. Another command that I find tremendously useful is to be able to edit the current line in your favorite editor for some serious heavy lifting. For example, I have a line here. I want to edit it in my editor, so I hold down Control and I press XE. So that's Control X, Control E. Now it's in Vim. In here I can make any changes I want. Hello world, this command was edited inside of Vim. And then I just have to save and quit, and it will execute the command. If you would like to change the editor invoked by Control X, Control E, simply change the editor environment variable in your bash profile. You can see that mine is set to Vim. When you use bash, you often end up typing a lot more than you would using a GUI tool. It's true, but oftentimes it's more powerful to use bash. Still, you should try to eliminate as much typing as possible, and bash makes this very easy to do with its wide array of history commands. To demonstrate, let's edit a script. Simple script, hello world, and then run another command. Let's make it executable. If I would like to recall the vim command and run it, I can press Control R, which is the reverse incremental search history command. This one is going to be one of your number one friends. I can simply type VI, or any number of letters required to match that command uniquely, and it will appear right here on my line. Control J will allow me to edit it further, or if I would prefer to just execute it, I can just press enter, and voila, it ran it. There's another couple of options. Say I've run a few more commands, and now I would like to rerun the vim command. I can use the bang operator and then type vim, and that will search through my history and run the most recent command that starts with vim. And there we go. Now, when I edited that script and then made it executable, I had to type the file name again. Well, this mustn't needs be. Let's see how to fix that. Vim script.sh, echo my script, good enough. And now chmod plus x, and if I hold down meta and press period, it will recall the last argument from the last command that I ran. Voila. It also cycles through your previous history as well, like this. If I hold down meta period, I get the 3 because that was the last argument of the last command. If I continue to press it, it will cycle through previous commands until I get the argument that I desire. Note that this will just give you access to the last argument and not any of the others. A more powerful way to access previous arguments that you've typed is to use the event designator. Once again, to demonstrate, let's say echo ABCDE to file.txt. Now to output that, cat bang $. So you see here, the bang told bash to recall the previous command, which was echo ABCD to E to file.txt, and then the $sign told it to grab the last argument of that command, and it expanded to this. You can actually chain multiple concepts together using the event designator to achieve some pretty flexible and useful results. For example, if I wanted to grab the third argument of the last echo command, I could simply say echo, bang echo, colon 3. And voila, there it is. To grab the last argument of the last cat command, I can just do less bang cat, colon $. And there we have it. You can actually apply transformations to arguments that you recall and get some really useful results. For example, if you're downloading a URL, such as a spell, and then you extract it, you can issue bang $:t and extract the file. Now what just happened here? I grabbed the last argument with bang $, and then I applied a transformation, :t, which grabbed the tail end of that argument. Very good. And now I can change to that directory by typing bang $: :R::R, which will remove the extension, and since I repeat it twice, it removes two extensions, resulting in this command, which is what I desire. Now, if I wanted to get really creative with this, and bear in mind you can take it too far, but it's also fun, I could run something like this. Say I want to convert this file from gzip format to using a block zip compression format. I could issue cat a-spell, pipe it through gunzip, and then pipe it into bzip2, and save it to bang #:1, substitute the gzip extension with bz2, enter, and voila! It's going to take this file, unzip it, and then compress it using the block zip format and save it to this file. Now, how did this work? Bang pound will actually reference the current line you are editing. So if you've already typed the file, you don't have to type it again. :1 says grab the first line, obviously, and then the :S is the search modifier, which I've told it to find gz and replace it with bz2. And here's my resulting command. If I look at my directory, it worked. And hey, look at that. It's actually quite a bit smaller. Another history trick that saves me a lot of pain is the search and replace on the previous command trick. So if I mistype a file name, for example like that, and I want to fix it, I can hit hat, and then the text I want to replace, hat, what I want to replace it with, and voila, it fixed my command with search and replace. Now, it's important to note that this is only going to match the first occurrence and not all of them, as demonstrated by that. If you happen to add an extra character in there and you just want to delete something, you can just hit hat F, and that will delete the first F in the previous command. So very useful, very handy, saves a lot of pain. If you're interested in diving in deeper into anything we covered in the screencast, I highly recommend you check out the blog Good Coders Code Great Reuse, specifically the Bash Emacs Editing Mode Cheat Sheet article and the Definitive Guide to Bash Command Line History. Both of these are very thorough. They've got great tutorials, very in-depth, and at the end they've got a wonderful little PDF cheat sheet you can download, which will be helpful and contains all of the things that I taught in this screencast. The links will be included right below. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you found it useful and wield it responsibly. Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!